Can you tell me I'm a liar if I keep telling you I'm not coming back? I never want to come back. I never want to come back here. I don't want to do this again. I don't want to push this on you. I come back. I'm not coming. I sound like a liar. But I wouldn't push things on you if I wasn't your brother. If I didn't love you. If I wasn't your father. If I wasn't relaying a message from your father. I'm the son of the Father who wants to send the message, but I'm not looked at properly because I'm too young, because I'm too beautiful, because I'm too clear, because I'm too clean, because I don't do the things right, because I don't listen to you and do it your way, because I don't see it the way you see it, because I don't answer you the way you think I should answer you because you're wrong and I'm right and you don't understand the difference, so you think I'm wrong because you don't know. And you don't ask yourself any questions because you're too pride. The P of the ride should be the B, because everything that turns and grows goes up and the P goes down. So the pride goes down and the ride goes down, so you don't have a ride, and you don't have a ride because you have no heart. Anyways, the reason for this is I was in the fridge. I have to clean everything up to make things good. I got rotten fish, so I went to throw it out. It was rot, and it was 10. And we don't want anything like rot, 10, rot, rat, no good. 10 is good, but rot 10 is no good. So I threw it to my cats, and I thought, if my cats eat the rotten fish who have a tail, and my cats who have a tail eat a fish who have a tail, so they both have a tail. If the fish look at each other and touch lips, they can kiss and be kissing fish, and both tell each other the story of their tail. Though they won't see the tail of the truth anyways, because when they kiss, the tail's at the other end, just like the ass. So that's why we don't understand what we see, because we don't understand anything at all. So therefore, when my cats eat the rotten fish, they're eating the other tail of the fish, eating up the other story, leaving their story for the truth, because nobody knows any difference. And that's what I'm doing. I'm coming back to tell you that whatever you say, I know the truth. I know what you did, how come and why, because if you fill in the rest of the information, I'll know the other part, because it's only a calculation that's missing some numbers, and that's why when we come to the earth, we run into the X and the Y. The Y is the scissors, or the R, where you go up and you go around 2 different roads and come back, yet neither one saw the same road. But the R comes from 2 legs, goes around the same circle, they both come back to one point and decide on one of the 2 roads to go. 2 people, 2 roads, 2 directions, 2 decisions, 2 choices, but one choice is each one's, one is his and one choice is hers. Together there are 2 altogether. You have to know how to count what counts. Sometimes what counts to you doesn't count to the other, and if you count it, the calculation isn't right, because you didn't balance it out to where you were going. So you balance the one time you go to the where you go, the time you go, and the space it takes, and how you get there, and how it runs, and if you got to stop for what you're running, because sometimes you got to service the extra. But the extra in this case is the cart, because it's the key to you to walk, to go ver tut. Uni is united, ver is towards. But when you sing it, it's universe. United verses of songs of all the heavens, united of the states, which means uniting of all the stories of the 52 states, and that is their story. But the 52 cards in the deck that were played come out of my package of the B, of preparation, of the refertilization of man. So my story for the United States, and I have the United States of 52 cards and 52 weeks. We both had the same 52 weeks to try and make a story. Mine came out of the cards, and therefore everybody on Earth knows how to count. So take the cards, count them up, you'll see the story, and you'll know whether it is the united of all states, or the cards are the united of how we shall be returning. But we took the cards because everybody knew that the cards was the only way home, because all the numbers are in the cards. If you know how to read them, you can go. And man made a game out of a game, but it wasn't a game. Those cards were all the other in-between rules on what to know on how to get home. 52 cards, 52 weeks. 2 weeks vacation, 2 jokers. United States, united of all states. The unity of the verse of the song. That's why you have songs on the planet. plan. We plan it all out for the net, the internet, the I-net, but we explore, so it is the E of the man that makes the I, and the I that sees. So you have to understand, you cannot see if you don't have the I or the E or the U, because if you're not there, and you don't have the I to see, or the angel to help you understand the questions and to answer, you don't have the A, I, O, and U. And then you have to take the best friend of yours, go down the road, which is the R, and come back to the same position. So if you want to see a different road in a different position, you take out the scissors. Instead of the R, A, E, I, O, and U, instead of the R, because it's not a vowel, it's this. It's a, why? It's a scissors. You get to go down a road, and look, it turns to the X road. Be careful of the road, because on the way back you got a point. But instead of one point to go, as you know, if you go back left, it's completely the other way, so therefore you were already there. You're just at a higher level, so you go the other way. But when the point changes, as man changes every point, when the guy gets back, you have 4. 6 each is 24 hours. You get to the middle, you're at the middle of the day of lunch. So in all 4 directions, lunch is still the same hour, and everybody has a chance at it. Okay? So you go around here, and come to here, and go around here. So you checked out this, he checked out that, you go to here, he checks out this, you go to here, you checked out that, you check this point twice, he checked this point, check this point, you check 2 things, he checked 2 things, 2 and 2 is 4, you come together, you have friends, you go down one road together, united. Do you understand how it works? And that's why perfect man is 4. In order to do things right, you have to recheck some of the things you do. So if you check one thing, and your angel checks one thing, 1 and 1 of you on earth is 2, 1 and 1 of him is 2, is 4, which makes perfect man. So that's what you have to do in order to play the rules of life. And in life, if perfectness has to be the 4, the 6, the 7, or whatever you want to add it to, then we need the perfect man who's made up for the rule. I am a robot. I am I-robot. And I cry like him. He wanted to get outside to live for free. Well, you know what? I want to get off the planet and go back to the angels to live for free. So who knows where the freedom actually is? Is the freedom in the united of all the states? Or in the united of all the universes? The uni of the verses. So the best verse is in the song. And usually the song will sing the tale of the story. And a song tells the story of the true heart. Although it's not telling you the words that happened. The heart and the feeling, fee for feeling, of the money fee on earth, because on earth every feeling costs you something. And the ling for the ding-a-ling ring, for the connection, the line down the road. The I-N is the eye of the world of the robot, of the God who decides to direct it all. The N is for the man's connection on the bottom, and the G is for God again. Because at the end, all that reminds us of everything is the OG. You mean OG? Or OD, overdose, or oh God, OG. So is it DOG, God, for doggone, for our dogs that we put the collar for our collarbone around the neck so it wouldn't go away, that our head was big enough, and we knew our shoulders were wide enough that the chain wouldn't fall off? But they took that off, but they left the dog. But at first it was the cat, but the cat couldn't stand it, because she had to run up the tree, and the chain dragged, and the dog grabbed it, and the cat fell down. So it couldn't be the cat, and it couldn't be the dog. That's why it rains cats and dogs, but they had to make a man, because when they put the collar on this man, he can take it off with his hands. And he tied himself up with his lies, so he was all mixed up, so that was good. He would never get lost, and at the end he'd come back to whatever was best, but yet he was still chasing his tail of lies, and his story is good, but not better than anybody else's, because he'll never find his way home. And we cried. We're crying, because we're scared of death. And death is the only way to go, and if you don't understand it, as one of the rules, you don't understand this rule, you don't want to do it. You don't want it to happen. You don't like the end. You see, because at the end in general, everybody knows it's over. But death, you're not sure. You're unsure of what over is. So it's over you. It's all over your head. The aeroplane. Air-o-plane. Looks all plain to us, but it's a lot more than you think. And life is difficult to understand, but if you live it the right way, the difficulty will be taken away, and the power over the pleasure will be restored by your own self, by just doing the truth. Because the truth restores almost everything. In fact, the truth restarts everything. Because the truth is what is the continuation of the truth. You throw the truth goes until it becomes a lie and it doesn't go anymore. because it lies down on the grass. And at the end of the grass, as you sit, it's your ass. So you have the GR of the grass, and you have the ASS of the human grass of his ass on the grass. So therefore, if you throw the truth and you step a lot, then you're stepping on your own grass and your own ass. So you're stepping on your own ass. Then you step in your own shit and it stinks. And then you're wondering how come it happened to you. When you bring your own luck and fate. Whatever goes wrong, you see, if the devil was around, you would know. But you're scared of him to come around. But guess what? It's too late. He is here. Because it is you, the devil. L-I-V-E-D. When you have lived, you will understand you have lived. But if you wouldn't have lived, you would say it backwards. D-E-V-E-L. D-E-V-I-L. Devil. E and I in the same game. D-E, the D goes up. Germination, to rise. E for the E game. The V for the connection of life. The 5, the center of the 9. I is the I God, and the L is the extension of man standing on one leg, or the extension of an L that looks like an I, and he can't move because the dot is the only thing that can move. And you can move all around the dot with the line, and you can turn it all you want. It'll point in all directions as you turn it around the point that you're pointing it at, and it'll always be perfect. And the center will always be the center. And that's what it's all about. So backwards, devil is D-E-V-I-L, civil, the I. The reason for the I to be what it is because you hold on to the I, and it's like the core, and you hold on to it and you go all the way around it. Thus, instead of saying north, east, west, and south, it just does it. It's like a pizza. It goes all around, covering every single point between point A to point B, from 6 to 12, from 0 to 3 to 6, to 9 to 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, around the clock, everything's covered. Now you know how it all goes. The devil is just as good. Because without the devil, because you were the devil before you were born, you weren't alive. And it was the lived that gave the devil in you the chance to live, because you can tell yourself 2 parts of the story, and the one that tells the worst part will scare you. And only the devil scares, because that's what it's written in the Bible. So all those stories about the Bible and the seas splitting, well, when a sea splits, it's a half a sea. And half the sea looks like a U, and your half is your other half is the angel, and that's why you fuck up here all the time. And that's why we must get back, because you're only half. Cut the sea in half. When Moses cut the waters, they cut the seas. When the sea cuts in half, it falls and it rocks like a rocking chair. Cut a sea in half and look at it. See what it does. See, did the seas really be cut in half? Or was this an extension for a note passed on to another guy that I should watch the 10 Commandments 40 times before the sea split for me too, and I understood? So what you see and what you don't see gave us the 2 eyes. Because when you split the sea, that is one, it becomes 2 seas. That's why you got 2 sides of the cheeks of your ass, and that's why you got cheeks on your face. Because what's on your ass is on your face, because the bullshit comes out one end and you walk, and the shit comes out the other end. So if you speak right and tell the truth, everything is smelling roses. Row, row, row your boat gently down the streaming. That's what life is all about. You see, when we get the answer from our angel, it's a streaming. Because he thinks of the answer when he hears the answer, because it has to go to the spirit. So go up to the angel, he has to hear it. Then he has to break it down and say it right, because he's perfect. Sending all the way down to us. When we get the answer, by the time we get the answer, it's too late. The race has gone off. We made another choice. We lost. We chose the number 3. When we knew there were 9, and the best was the 5, and that's why the 5 and the 4, they win all the time. And 5 and 4 in Baccarat is the best, because together they're always the best. And 3 and 6 is good too. Because 3 is the I robot and the E robot and the God. And the 6 is the game over with the I robot and the E robot and the God again. Now the question is, after the 2 lives are over, we need the 9 altogether for the reason of the 6. So the other 3 are the chance we might have that since we had a second life, will there be a third? So it's a thought. So the next 3 of the I robot, of the angel and man, are the 3 that are saying, is there going to be a next time? Thus, if there is, we will know. Thus, as of now, in game 2, we have 9 with the chance. We have 6 with the chance of 9, and if there's more, when we get to the 9, we'll check again. Let's do with what we have. When we can do what we have now, we can't do what we had before. So how can we do what we have now? So do what we have now, and when we get to later, we'll think of the rest. But obviously, there is another life. There's got to be 4 lives. Because 4 threes make 12, and that's half a clock